Okay, so here's the thing, and it might just be a me thing, right? But I've been thinking about this lately. Can you fall out of love with a genre? And before I get started, that's probably a little dramatic, right? You don't ever really fall out of love with a genre, but kind of what I want to talk about is action shonen. If you don't know, I don't know how you couldn't know, but if you don't, action shonen is what got me into anime, which in turn got me into manga, which in turn led us here to poor financial decisions of collecting a ton of manga. But lately, when I sit down to read a volume, I find myself gravitating more towards like kind of drama or slice of life or seinen to a certain extent. I did just read through all of Monster and stuff like that, and not really drawn to the genre and demographic that got me into this thing. And while, yes, I've been making my way through One Punch Man, it's been slow. Not the actual series. The actual series is nonstop, really, comedy and action, and it's a great series. I'm really enjoying it. And I think the comedy aspect is actually what's getting me through the series more than the action. But when I say slow, I mean me. Like, I'm actually slow reading through it. I used to devour volume after volume after volume. Making my way through Black Clover, I devoured those volumes when I picked up that series. So I kind of was thinking to myself, like, why am I drawn out of that genre? I think it's a good thing. I've made videos about this before, like stepping out of your comfort zone or change can be a good thing. Because I started understanding why people, I think, fall out of love with this hobby. If you kind of just read continuously the same thing and the same thing and the same thing, while it's not a bad thing, hey, listen, it's your money. You know what I mean? And it's your time. Like, entertain yourself how you want to. There's never a bad... It's not a bad thing. If you want nothing but shoujo, if you want nothing but action shonen, if you want nothing but same, it doesn't really matter, right? This is just kind of me, something I've been thinking about lately, just for me. But I've been noticing when I'm reading through action shonen, the tropes that I used to love are kind of getting played out. That trope of I'm the hero and I'm going to get strong, lose, I'm going to get stronger. Yay, it's not the end of me. Power up, beat the villain. I used to love that stuff. And I still do love that stuff. Listen, I'm still literally current with One Piece. Okay? If you want to talk about, hey, people go to island, beat, if you want to talk about things, but the characters are so good. Listen, let's not get into One Piece. One Piece, the characters are so good. The stuff going on. So I still read the action, but I have noticed myself when new titles get announced, or I'm going to the bookstore or looking through Amazon or something like that and looking for a new series to start or some volumes to pick up, I've been gravitating more towards other things. Genres that maybe I haven't given the time of day to or the right amount of time to. A perfect example. When I was younger, you would not have caught me at all, ever, at all, giving a slice of life the time of day. It just, what do you mean I'm going to watch these characters in their quiet moments? This is boring. But then I stumble across a series like Silver Spoon, and I'm like, oh, this is one of my favorite series of all time now? That's crazy. This slice of life genre that people talk about. I should look into this. Hold on. Wait a minute. It might be amazing. And that's why I really enjoyed like doing I spent a week reading series that I kind of do every once in a while. Like I read Yona of the Dawn. It's awesome. I'm not current with Yona of the Dawn. There are a lot of volumes in Yona of the Dawn, but I really want to get current. And I think that's a great thing. And it kind of bums me out too is I feel like, and that's kind of why I wanted to make this video and hopefully kind of get that point across. Of if you have been feeling like manga is not for you or you're kind of falling out of love with reading manga, like you still want to collect manga, you still enjoy like the culture around collecting manga, but there's just kind of something like I just haven't been enjoying reading. I just wanted to make this video to be like, maybe you haven't been enjoying reading the genre that you thought you liked. Let's put it this way, right? We're going to use food as an example. It's gonna work, okay? Just follow me on the whole. Well, wait a minute. Just follow me. You love steak and lobster, surf and turf. But think of day 25 of steak and lobster, while probably still delicious, and you're still like, yeah, gets the job done. But imagine what like a good chicken Alfredo would taste like after having steak and lobster for so long. That's what I've been feeling like with manga right now. While I'll always love steak and lobster, in this scenario, the steak and lobster is the shonen action. Okay, I think that came across, but let's just point blank. The steak and lobster is shonen action. Shonen Jump, steak and lobster. But I've been really in the mood for chicken Alfredo. I guess that's shoujo. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's go with that. I've been really in the mood for chicken Alfredo. Shoujo. Weird. That's so weird. I gotta cut that out of the video. I can't make the video, right? But having that switch up and having that time with something completely different, while again, it doesn't have to be amazing, but you might discover amazing series along the way, series that you would have thought when you first started, I'm never going to give it the time of day. But now, a little older, a little wiser, you might discover a favorite series of yours. And I think that's why, while Silver Spoon absolutely has its problems, right? It's not perfect. Nothing's going to be perfect. The reason it means so much to me is because it came at a time when all I had been, I'm not going back to the steak and lobster thing. I was going to say all I've been eating is steak and we're done. I might be hungry when I recorded this video. But stumbling across the series when you weren't expecting it and it wasn't a genre that you really even gave a time of day, it'll always hold that special place. And then you start questioning yourself, well, am I falling out of love with this genre? No. I don't think so. People are different. People might be like, listen, I don't want action shonen anymore, or I don't want shoujo anymore. Like, there might be people staunchly just, it's not my cup of tea anymore. Understandable, and I respect that. But I can just speak for me. Just because I don't want to just consume the same thing over and over and over again, while those series will always hold a special place in my heart. Again, I will always be caught up to One Piece until the very end, and I'll always hold Dragon Ball to a special place. But doesn't mean that's all I want to read. And I think that's a good thing. I just think that if you just immediately shut off the potential of even trying to branch out, you're going to cut yourself off for some really good stories. And maybe, if you're sitting there, haven't read manga in a while, and you're kind of like, I'm kind of done, I think you should at least give it a shot of going completely in a different direction. You might not be done with manga. You might just be done with the stories you've been reading. Because I truthfully believe if I wouldn't have made a conscious decision to be like, all right, I'm going to try different genres, even genres that I would have never thought I would enjoy, I'm going to make a conscious effort to try some of them. I think if I wouldn't have done that, I think I would not enjoy this hobby as much as I do right now. Because this has been years of me collecting. Years. And I probably today love it more than I did when I started. But don't get me wrong, like, I do not want this to be like misconstrued of, yeah, forget a certain genre. No, I think every genre has its place. That's the main point of this video, and I hope I got it across. Is I don't want to disparage like anything. I don't want to attack any of that. I'm just saying from personal experience, if you find yourself in a rut, try to make a conscious effort to branch out, to try something maybe 2 years ago you would have thought to yourself, you want me to read that? All right, first of all, never. Second of all, no thank you. Third of all, no. Because I think the fun part of finding a hobby that you really enjoy is growing with that hobby that you really enjoy. You know what I mean? I think that's the best part, is going back and reading a series and maybe not liking it. Because I think, again, I'm just speaking for me, I think that if I stayed the exact same from when I began, and this is kind of in life too, if I stayed the exact same way and never evolved, never grew in any sort of way, stuff kind of gets boring. So while I don't think you can fall out of love with a genre, I definitely think you can grow and appreciate stuff that you didn't think you were ever going to. But I don't know, I probably just rambled, and hopefully I didn't make anybody mad, because that was not the point of this video. The point of this video was legitimately me just realizing when I went to my bookshelf to pick up a volume, I have been going to different genres other than old reliable. And if I did make you mad, I apologize, man. Like, I think that you can enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. And if you want to just enjoy one genre, whatever that genre may be, good on you. Because you're getting entertainment out of it. You're enjoying it. That's what matters. Who cares? Who cares what look at? I'm wearing an old man shirt. Look at this old man. I'm wearing an old man shirt. Don't take advice from me. So yeah, I'm really interested. Let's talk in the comments down below. Have you ever found yourself where I'm at now, where you're like, I really love this thing, but I'm actually gravitating towards this other genre and finding myself enjoying it so much more right now? I think it's great. I think it's, man, listen, I've been thinking about starting fruits baskets again. I think I'm ready. I read like one volume a while ago, and I think I'm ready for fruits baskets. But as always, I hope if you're having a bad day, it gets better. If you're having a good day, it becomes fantastic. I'll see you next time.